Good day, grade 10. Right, today we are going to do our activity 15.8, and I'm not going to show you now how to do the actual general ledger entries of depreciation. By now you need to be able to calculate that, but now we have to make the entries in the general ledger. Right, so we're going to do activity 15.8. It's important for you to just open your books on page 319 and just check the question there. They ask you to enter the following entries. It's on the 1st of March. A vehicle was purchased from Cat Motors for 90,000 Rand. It was on credit. And what they require from us is to show the entries in the ledger for 2 years, from 1 March 2017 to 28 February 2019. So they just want you to show how it works and how does the depreciation work at the end of each year. Right, so what they say is on the 1st of March, low traders, that's us, we purchased a vehicle from on credit from Cat Motors. So 2017 March the 1st, there will be creditors control. You agree with that? And that comes from the CJ, and it was 90,000 Rand. Right, so now we get to the end of the financial year and we have to calculate the depreciation, and also we make the entry for that. Right, so let's look at the calculation. Now we are going to work from the 1st of March 2017, and then at the end of 28 February 2018, that's at the end of the first financial year, we're going to make an entry. And then for the next financial year that ends on 28 February 2019, we're going to make another entry. Right. So what happened on the 28th of February 2018? Depreciation has to be recorded. Okay, so depreciation is calculated at 20% per year. There you go, 20% per annum on the cost price. So let's make that entry. Now the cost price was 90,000 Rand at 20% for the whole year, and that is 18,000 Rand. And now you have to make your entry. How do we do that? Now, we all know that depreciation is an expense. It decreases our owner's equity. So what we know firstly is depreciation must be debited. 2018, February 28, and we are going to credit accumulated depreciation on vehicles. You have to write that out. I just don't have the space, but you have to squeeze it in. That's just one of those rules. We're going to do this in the general journal. That we will do later, and that's 18,000 Rand. My expense towards the cost of using the vehicle was 18,000 Rand. And what do I credit? I've got a new account here, accumulated depreciation on vehicles. It's a negative asset. And my negative asset is now credited. Why? Because it decreases the value of my vehicles. So on the credit side, I'm going to enter that 18,000 Rand. That's General Journal 2018, February 28, and depreciation. Depreciation. Right. Depreciation. Right, so what happens to my depreciation account at the end of the financial year? Now, I taught you at the beginning of this chapter what happens with closing entries. My depreciation is an expense, and what happens to an expense at the end of the financial year? Yes, it's closed off to what? To the profit and loss. That's also done in the general journal, and it's 18,000 Rand. Right, gentlemen, exactly the same happens at the end of the next financial year. It's 2019, February 28, depreciation, general journal, another 18,000 Rand, and depreciation 2019, February 28. Again, accumulated depreciation on vehicles, another 18,000 Rand at the end of that year, and it is closed off to the profit and loss. That happens in the GJ, and that's another 18,000 Rand. So every year from now on, you will write off 18,000 Rand. Gentlemen, that's activity 15.8. If I have it right, you have to do 15.9. No, I'm going to do 15.9 with you on Monday. And so you have no accounting homework, just some catching up maybe. Thank you, grade 10.